What in the world is this object captured moving out of a cloud in the skies over Alexandria, Louisiana? Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam with a very bizarre set of photographs as well as just the UFO sighting in general. Something was seen over Louisiana recently. It was submitted to me anonymously, and there's also a MUFON case, so you can actually look this up and download the images yourself. But if you haven't heard about this yet, these incredible photographs were captured apparently by a couple in the city of Alexandria who in their description of what happened stated, and I quote, "We were driving home when I noticed a white donut-shaped cloud formed in the sky. I decided to take a photo of it before it got too dark. Later on, we pulled into my driveway, and when we got out of the vehicle, the sky had gotten dark brown, and around the donut-shaped cloud, we noticed that this vapor-like funnel had begun to come down from the center, and at the bottom appeared an oval-shaped, translucent object with lights around its circumference. It hovered there in the sky long enough for me to take several photographs before the object was gone." And so it seems that they got these photographs developed, because if you go to MUFON and you search the case to this, you'll get photographs of photographs, basically, where it looks like they printed these to get a better look at them, and they've laid them side by side, and you're seeing this full collage here. And so they snapped a ton of pictures of what appears to be almost like an object coming out of a portal. And that's how it's been described by everyone that I've shown this to. And we're going to get more into these portals here in a minute, so stay tuned for that. But so this couple was driving and they noticed this ring-shaped cloud. Now, if you remember, we've done countless videos over the past year where viewers have sent us in similar photographs and pieces of video footage of these strange circular clouds that seem to just appear out of nowhere. We've seen them happening over Australia. We've actually seen them happening over CERN, which is the Large Hadron Collider, where they're smashing particles together over in Sweden, potentially causing a chain reaction that some have said could create a black hole, others have said could open a portal to other dimensions. And so these clouds that we've seen around the world, identical to what we're seeing over at Louisiana here. But what's so amazing about this is that this is the first time that we've had a submission where the viewer has actually followed this cloud and firsthand witnessed its transition into what later on looks like some sort of portal, with an object coming down, again described it as what looked like a funnel, almost like you would think of a tornado, and at the end of it, this, quote, huge spherical object, slightly translucent with what looked like lights around it, coming out at the end of this funnel, which is then connected to this donut-shaped cloud. Now, I want you to look at this and really rack your brain and tell me if this doesn't look familiar to you. As soon as I saw these photographs, it was almost instantaneous that it reminded me of an extremely famous ancient painting out of Romania that was discovered inside of a monastery that features what appears to be a house sitting on a hill here, and above it, as you're seeing, coming out of the clouds, this elongated funnel tornado shape, and at the end of it, saucer-shaped object. And just look at these side by side here, compare them, and tell me that that doesn't look identical to what was captured here over Louisiana. And this painting we featured before as a part of a video where we were discussing all of these ancient paintings, some of which are by some very famous artists, that contain what can only be described as UFOs and things that look like alien craft or beings. And there's a ton of these paintings out there, and it really is an eye-opener and gives us a new insight into not only our history, but the fact that the UFO phenomenon goes back thousands of years and has been documented in these old and ancient paintings like the one you're seeing here, as well as a handful of other paintings. And so when I saw this new sighting, I automatically linked it to this 16th century painting here that, again, as you're seeing, looks identical to what we're seeing. We have clouds above, we have the funnel shape, and we have the object at the end of it. So let's get back to these photographs, and I'll cycle through them here. We get a bunch of different shots of this UFO coming out of this cloud, this portal, whatever you want to call it. You can clearly see the opening in the clouds where this thing has come down, and it's just astonishing, in my opinion. And you know, this is not the first time that we have captured footage of things that look like portals opening up in our skies. Far from it, in fact, and I've done a ton of videos about this phenomenon, and I'll discuss some of those here. So let's go back in time. There was a video I posted, I think it was, almost 3 years ago, of another one of these black portals that was witnessed materializing and dematerializing over the skies of Detroit, and at one point you can actually see the flash of an object coming out of it before it vanishes completely. So go ahead and check this footage out, and then we'll slow it down. This was captured just by happenstance. A guy was out in Detroit playing with his phone when he witnessed a small area of black clouds forming in the sky in what appeared to be a circle. And he didn't see it at the time, but as he recorded it and after he sent it to me, I was able to enlarge it and notice what appeared to be a very small flicker of light directly in the center of this black cloud, or portal as I will call it. And so here you're seeing the zoomed in shot, and I'll loop it over here. And I want you to see this object coming out of it. It only appears in one frame because this thing is moving extremely fast. And I'll give you a still shot here. Here is just before the small object appears. We see this darkened hole in the center, and here's the shot of this sort of whitish, yellowish, reflective object coming out of this phantom black cloud. It happens extremely fast, the cloud dissipates, and it's gone, never to be seen again. Now, another extremely infamous sighting, especially for those of you who have been with the channel for the past 3 or 4 years, you will remember this, but it was captured over El Paso, Texas, and it was a sighting where we had multiple witnesses capture what could only be described as a cube-shaped structure coming out of another one of these black portal-like circular clouds. And you're seeing the different photos here. It was described by most people as something looking like coming from the Borg. If you've watched Star Trek, the Borg ship looks eerily similar to this. And the thing came out of nowhere, and just like over Detroit, we had this dark circular patch of cloud appear, and out of it came what has become known as the El Paso Cube UFO. And if you remember, recently we posted a video about this piece of footage that is alleged to have either come out of Mexico or Colorado. Most people say Colorado, but if you remember, it was a video of what was obviously some sort of alien craft that entered this portal. A lot of people thought it was CGI, but we've had no conclusive proof that it was actually a hoax. Even Snopes, which is the well-known debunking website, has not been able to figure this one out and has listed the case as unproven, which basically means they don't know. They can't prove it's fake, they can't prove it's real. So there's a ton more of anomalous footage of things that look very similar to what was captured over Louisiana. And just the sheer number of emails and eyewitness testimony that I've received over the years, speaking on these portals, people seeing the clouds open up, and in some cases, things coming out. And so a lot of the reports don't come with footage because, again, it happens extremely fast, but people have seen them. And lest we forget that NASA themselves, a few years ago, admitted that, quote, hidden portals do exist and are opening in Earth's magnetic field. And no, this is not some play on words where they mean something else when they say portal. We're talking portals. And the article is still up, where they discovered that high above the Earth, these portals that start at Earth and stretch all the way to our sun, which is around 93 million miles away. And so according to NASA, they're typically located a few tens of thousands of kilometers from Earth and are extremely short-lived. They open, they close extremely fast, and it's said that thousands of these things could be opening every single day. So, I mean, straight from the horse's mouth. But back to this photo, it's an amazing find. Let me know what you guys think. Have you seen something similar? Let's actually get a dialogue started about this. I know you guys wonder how much sleep I get, but let's really try to dig up some more info about these portals and if you've ever experienced one. So with that, thank you all for stopping by today, and don't forget to stop over at our online shop, where I've got some really cool official Secureteam shirts so you can display the Secureteam logo proudly and support the cause. So thanks again, I've got a lot more coming, and I will see you back in just a bit. Stay safe, guys.